So the question is this a victory for the Taliban, or has America achieved its objectives of what it wanted to do and has chosen this time to be the right time to leave? Cam, I'll start with you, bro. What's your thoughts?
With Afghanistan, you have to look at its strategic importance to the US. So if Afghanistan borders almost, I think, 5 to 6 countries, and most importantly, Iran, Pakistan, and China. China, very small land, and it's a landlocked piece of country as well. The most mountainous part of the world, they used to call the roof of the world because of how many mountains there are and how difficult the terrain is there. Afghanistan has the Khyber Pass, right? And that's one of the most strategic locations to import various types of goods, whether that's military goods or anything, because of the mountainous ranges there, that it makes it very difficult for it to be essentially a target. So whoever controls that area or controls Khyber Pass generally will have a lot of importance in sort of geopolitical sort of narratives around that area. And not only that, it's also become now more in modern times more important for America in terms of I think Imi mentioned it as well earlier, the One Belt, One Road policy. So China's in-way into Europe is through Afghanistan and into Iran as well. So that Khyber Pass, or even the pipelines that go through Afghanistan, that is the in-way into that part of the world. Now, if America have any form of control or any form of dominance over that area, then that really scuppers the plan of the One Belt, One Road policy, or the dream that they have. And instead, there's a different policy, which the Americans call the New Silk Road, right? And this was coined by Hillary Clinton in 2011 sometime, where she mentioned and this is sort of exclusively from Afghanistan towards the Middle East, right? And it's anything east of Afghanistan, it wasn't anything to do with them. It's purely the New Silk Road would have gone from Afghanistan through to the Middle East, through to Europe. Now, if America, like I said, if America has any control over that area, then really that scuppers the plan of China or any of the ambitions they have for this One Belt, One Road. And if you look closely into the document that was signed by the Taliban, right? Yes, it's all roses and tulips when it says America and British forces and whoever forces that are there. It's the ISAF forces, the international security forces, not just American force. Now, yes, it's all great and well that they're going to leave, but what was those terms? If you look in detail, one of the main terms in that agreement said, if Afghanistan or Taliban or anyone who is in power in that region of the world go against American security, then this peace agreement is over. Meaning we're going to be back in there with soldiers, or we're going to be back in there in any form. Basically, you're going against the agreement. Now, what does it mean by American security? That's so broad. That could mean attacking any American soldier here in this land as well as in America. So they could easily stage another Taliban attack if they wanted to in America and say, "Oh, it's Taliban, by the way. Oh, we need to go back in there." The security could also mean that China aren't allowed to use any of their trade routes, any of the pipelines. The security could also mean that they could use Afghanistan for any future war with Iran, Pakistan, Russia, any Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, all of these countries that border it, right? So this Afghanistan has always been known historically as the most strategic part of the world for that part of the world, because they are basically, like they've got the higher vantage point over every other country, and you can deploy as much as you want there, and really just you dictate what happens around you, because you stop the trade routes, you stop everything from either side. So that's why I don't think it's just a case of, oh, Taliban have succeeded in getting America out there. Look at the plan, look at the detail in the actual document. You'll find that actually America may have won themselves, because we know America doesn't now. They've realized, and maybe not initially, they've realized that putting soldiers on the ground isn't the way to really spread their ideology, because it was what's happened in Iraq, what's happened in Afghanistan, what's happened wherever they've done that has backfired on them. It's created a more resentment towards their ideology. Nobody wants democracy, nobody wants capitalism. So essentially, in the detail, you can see that America has achieved something here, and they don't need boots on the ground to control a nation. And we know that now, through their media, through their proxy armies. So there's many aspects to this that you have to look at, and you think actually America might be doing plan B here now. or plan C or plan D. It's not plan A. Yes, it didn't work in terms of the way they wanted to spread democracy and the ideology, but they didn't. It doesn't mean that they've lost.